Right. Right, Sean. So let's say you had all those tools in place then. That mentorship, that community, that guidance. Where do you feel like you could hypothetically get yourself in 6 months' time if you had all those things?
If we're talking hypothetical, then I'm basing myself looking at all the content I'm seeing online. I know on the Instagrams and all that, a lot of it is a bit fabricated, but there's people
Yeah.
making really good money and traveling around the world. So if we're talking hypothetical, that's where I'm looking to be, making fucking 7, 8, 9, 10K a month, traveling the world, seeing the world, and doing what all these other people are doing.
Class, class. And where do you feel like you want to travel to then?
It's nowhere in particular. The world's a big place. The world's a big place. So obviously, South America is somewhere I'd like to go. Asia, explore
Mm,
China, places that you've never really, or I've never had the opportunity to go and see. So that's the real goal. Go to places further afield that, I mean, I've only been to like Spain's and places like maybe Mexico and that, but I
hmm.
would like to go further afield and explore the world a bit.
Nice, nice. So, I mean, what kind of drives you to Southeast Asia then? China and all those places.
Just the way that the cultures, the different cultures, you always see it on fucking TikToks and Instagrams. It
Hmm.
looks amazing. So I just like to go and experience it for myself.
And just by yourself, or are you taking the kids and the missus as well?
Yeah, just be me and the missus.
Nice, nice. So, whenever you land down in China or somewhere in Asia or whatever it is, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Just out and see it, man. Go to or if obviously if I was going to any of these places, I would probably make an itinerary of things that I actually want to go and
Huh?
see. Try and get a bit structured. But I mean, there's so many things just to see in Thailand alone. I'd like to go to Vietnam because I quite like all the kind of war stuff and that. So I'd like to go and see all
Nice.
the leftover stuff in Vietnam and like, all the tank stuff and all the stuff that's been left behind and actually get a bit of feel for it.
That's something you're into then, bit of history.
I quite like. I wouldn't say history, but I quite like things about the war, World War One, World War
Class.
Two. So I like kind of stuff like that. So obviously Vietnam, you've got plenty of it there for that war.
Hmm. Cool. Sounds really amazing. So, whenever you obviously land down in Vietnam with the missus, I get that you want to explore a bit of that, explore the culture, see a bit of the history. So, like, I mean, walk me through your day then. Whenever you're living out in Vietnam with the missus.
Just up early, out, maybe a walk along the beach, nice bit of breakfast, plan the day, go and maybe have a few things to go and see them, soak up the
Beautiful.
culture, get into places where maybe there isn't so much tourism and actually
Mm,
get a proper feel for the actual place.
yeah, yeah. I mean, picture you, Sean, walking down the beach, holding hands with the missus. The sun's shining, all these good people around you, all this nice culture. What do you think that'll feel like?
It'll feel amazing because I'm used to cold, wet, rain, Glasgow.
Uh-huh.
Uh, It would just any time you ever go on holiday, you're always happy when it's sunny and warm, and it would just make you feel a whole lot better. Plus, it would be good to take my missus and let her see the world as well.
Yeah. Because how do you think she'll feel, being able to see the world and share that moment with you walking down the beach?
We've always spoke about doing stuff like this, but never actually been in the position where I've had enough money to just stop working. So it's always been a thought. We've always had this in our
Mm.
head. We'd like to see some of the world, but just never been in a financial position to actually go and do it. If I can get involved in the online space and make money while I'm doing it, then it's a win-win situation.
Mm. So yeah, obviously, man, I get where exactly what you're talking about, but like, are we living out in Vietnam then, or do we ever
Uh,
come home, or?
well, if this all hypothetically worked out the way I would like it to work out, obviously we would be on our travels for a period of time, maybe a year. But then obviously when it comes to a point, we'd probably look to settle in somewhere. Doesn't necessarily need to be Asia or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Even somewhere
Mm.
just nice and warm, maybe closer to home, Spain, Portugal, somewhere where the travel isn't too much to get back and forth to see parents and family and that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so is it like, would your family still be important then, and within that goal, coming back and seeing them the old time too?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. My parents are getting older now, so obviously you'll not want to be away forever when you're never going to see them again. So that's highly important.
Cool. Well, it's good that you're keeping your family in the picture as well, because obviously, as you said, family is very important, right?
Yeah,
So, so then, in terms of, you were telling me how this is going to feel for you, how this is going to feel for the missus. You also want to keep your family in the loop too. You want to be able to see them. So ultimately, like, do you want to be the Sean that you're living, life as right now, working away, never really having time for your missus? Or do you want to be the Sean that obviously takes her away, brings her to all these nice places, actually has time with her? Which Sean do you want to be?
want to be the show that's bringing the finer things in life and travelling and seeing things, and
Mm,
that's obviously the dream, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, I can imagine. So this dream that you talk about, obviously traveling, it's not free. You can't just go and book a flight. So what do you feel like you would actually be making then to sort of pursue this lifestyle that you're talking about?
Well, make about I make about 5,500 a month now.
Hmm.
But if I could make £5,500 a month from a laptop, I think that would be enough to get us on our travels
Mm,
and do it. Do you know what I
mm,
mean? And be comfortable. I mean, you're not going to be a millionaire or anything like that, but it would give us enough money behind us monthly to actually go and do all these things and see these
mm.
places. So ideally, first and foremost, replace your income.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, after 6 months, 5.5K is definitely achievable. But then let's say after 6 months, then, once you replace your income, do you feel like you'd want to be able to scale to even more?
Yeah, 100%. Once it's like anything, once you get a bite of something, you want a wee bit more. It's just human nature.
Yeah.
Also, if you could get in potentially, say after 6 or 9 months, when
Hmm.
you're making 5K a month or 5.5K a month online, your skills and you'll be better at it. So there'll be scope there for you to actually crank it up a notch and take it to new heights.
Yeah, yeah. And in terms of what you're saying there, obviously replacing your income, making those sort of 5.5K months each month from your laptop, you do know, Sean, that this isn't just gonna fall into the bank account one day or just, land on your desk in front of you. It's gonna take a lot of hard work. Are you sort of aware of that? Yeah.
Yeah, 100% aware of that. You don't get nothing for nothing in this world.
Yeah, yeah. So in terms of this dream that you've actually been living, replacing your income, being able to work fully remotely from your laptop, being able to take your missus to nice places, walk along the beach with her. When have these dreams that you've had, when have you actually wanted to make them a reality? How long ago?
We've always had the thought of travelling and seeing the world, but it's always just been yourself. You have these kind of fleeting thoughts. So I would love to do that. I'd love to do that. So it's always been there, but maybe more so over the last year, where it's maybe just coming at this with my line of work. I'm just kind of away all the time now, and I'm thinking to myself, "Fuck, I'm not getting any younger, and you really need to start making changes now before effectively it could be too late." You get a certain age where you just get too comfortable in doing what you're doing. So I
Yeah,
think now's the time to make the change while I'm still young, fit, eager, hungry to learn.
yeah, yeah. Because what you're saying there, obviously it's sort of been a year now where you have wanted to actually sort of take action and actually achieve those dreams that you're telling me about. So, like a year, that's 365 days, Sean, where you've woke up every single morning and this dream has been in your head, but it hasn't actually been in your life. What do you feel like that's already cost you that you haven't achieved this dream up until this point?
It's cost me a year of possibly good memories and fun times and stuff that you'll never get back. But as I say, like, I was never really in the position to actually go and do it. Do you know what I mean? Up until I've kind
Yeah.
of started putting in a wee bit of, I wouldn't say research into online, but things are becoming more apparent, and as I've got somebody, no somebody close to me, somebody I know does sales as well, and they're making money.
Hmm.
So that started turning a hamster wheel inside the
Nice.
head. I thought this is doable.
Yeah, but what you were saying there, like obviously you didn't really have sort of the tools and stuff to actually take action, any earlier. But do you feel like if you had the tools and and actually did take action, say for example a year ago when you did want to make these dreams a reality, do you feel like these dreams possibly could have been a reality at this stage?
Well, definitely. I'd have been a year further ahead. And
Yeah,
again, it's all down to what you only get out of what you put into things. So if I'd have put the work, time, and effort in, I would have been a year further ahead of where I am just now.
yeah, yeah. Because in terms of what you told me there a few seconds ago as well, like you were saying that it's cost you precious memories and times with your girlfriend and stuff. Like, how does it sort of sit with you that you have lost a year with making those precious memories and actually having that time back with your missus?
It's not something I've really gave a thought to. It's not like I've looked back and went, well, I've been thinking about that for a year and I've not done it. It's obviously losing a year of potentially doing it, yeah, but it's something I've never actually had. So it's hard to. I try and not dwell too much on what's happened to me in the past. Do you know what I mean? I try and focus on the here and now, and the here and now is I'm fucking looking to actually make a change. If that makes sense to you, if that makes sense to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, because ultimately, yes, you want to focus on what you can actually sort of do now to achieve those dreams. Well,
Yeah,
hypothetically then, Sean, like let's say for example, you don't take action, right? And you ultimately sort of stay in the same position where you have been up until this point, letting that self-doubt hold you back, right? Like going into the future then, what do you feel like it's going to cost you if you don't take action and you stay stuck?
it's ultimately going to cost me a period of time. If I don't take action now, it's going to cost me another year or another 6 months or another 18 months. Wishing I could go and do something other
Yeah,
than actually try to put the wheels in motion and actually go and try and fucking do it, make it happen.
yeah. Because yeah, what you're saying there, you're gonna lose time, right? But like ultimately, what's one thing you can never get back?
You never get the time back. That's
Yeah,
what that brings me back to the point when you were asking a minute ago about looking back. That's why I always try and not look back and what I could
just
have
look
done.
forward.
Just try and look forward because ultimately,
Yeah,
as you said, I can't get back in time and change
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Granted, I had the thoughts and things like that, but
Mhm.
that's my control now. This is
Yeah,
within my control, so I'll
yeah,
tackle it in front of me.
yeah. Because ultimately, like looking forward as well, you were saying that it's going to cost you time. Like that's going to cost you precious time that you could be making those memories with your missus out in Vietnam, living the life that you've always wanted. And time's one thing, man, but you've been telling me as well that you've been wanting to make 5K months online remotely from your laptop. Like, let's say we don't take action for say another year, because you told me that you're still focused on looking into the future. So say we don't take action for another year, like over 12 months, that's 60K that you could have made, you could potentially make from your laptop,
Yeah,
and you could contribute to living that lifestyle. That's 60K you could spend out in Vietnam.
yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, so do you see where I'm kind of coming from in terms of if you want to focus on going into the future, what it's going to cost you if you don't actually take action?
I completely understand it, and that's ultimately why I've reached out now because it's time to take the action and try and make the things happen.
Yeah, yeah, because at the end of the day, as you said, time is something that you can't get back. Because right now, having that fear, it's already cost you memories, it's already cost you money. Going forward, if we continue to let that fear hold you back, it's only going to cost you more time, more memories, more money. So, what do you feel like actually needs to happen today, then, Sean, so that we can avoid you making those mistakes in the future?
Well, for me to take action today, it's pretty plain and simple. I've jumped on the call to hear what's going on, what's an offer, what the potential that I can get out my return for my investment would be. Obviously, nothing's for nothing in this world. I understand that. So I'll just try. The point of the call for me is to see what I can get from it, and
Yes.
from what I've seen, or what I've seen so far, it looks like something I can work with and use vehicle to get me to where I want to be.
Yeah, yeah. So in terms of you saying there, where you're actually looking to get to, where you want to be, right? Do you feel like you're actually going to be able to overcome the fear that you've had of self-doubt over the last year and actually reach that goal without number one, actually putting in the work, and without number two, the community, the guidance, and the knowledge that we told you, or that you told me that you needed earlier, man? Do you feel like you're going to be able to get yourself to where you want to be without those?
Yeah, the only thing that will stop me getting from A to B is me, no anything else. If everything is what it says in the tin, there's no reason for me not to get from A to B, because I'm gave all the tools and the utensils that I
Yeah.
need to fucking make this work. So it's only it's all down on me and for me to
Hmm.
actually happen.
Yeah. And so why do you feel like all the tools are going to benefit you then?
Because I know fuck all about sales. I've never sold anything in my life. I'm an electrician, so unless somebody's got to fucking show me, guide me, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what I'm doing right,
Hmm.
ultimately hold me accountable for no, if I don't show up for myself.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
hold me accountable for that. That's all the ingredients you need to actually take your rest to go forward.
Yeah. For sure, man.